Hey, everybody. Welcome back to episode 3 of Waiting to Excel Parenting Edition. And the first 2 episodes, I did not introduce myself. My name is May, and today I will be introducing my one and only son, aka my second child, Micho. Today is his 13th birthday, and just like previously, I'm gonna ask him a few questions. He gonna ask me a few questions. But first, we are gonna do a little backstory. So I want y'all to follow along. If you do have 2 children, we're gonna go back and go over our pregnancy, what we felt, what we were thinking, when we came up with names. Hopefully it was a good, enjoyable experience for you. If not, we could talk about that too. And hopefully y'all not taking that out on y'all kids down the line. But so let's start. So Micho, again, he was my second born. I was about 19, 20 when I was pregnant with him. Micho was for sure. He knew he was going to come. I didn't plan to have kids young, but I did know that since I did have this kid young, I wanted more than one child. So I didn't want my second child to be so much younger than my first. So of course, well, not of course, because y'all don't know. I got with his dad when I was about 18. So about 2 years after that, I got pregnant. And my pregnancy was, I won't say it was easy and quick. Even though I found out my pregnancies early, 4 to 6 weeks, I think because I wanted him so bad and planned for him, downloaded the ovulation app, made sure I got it in on the days that it told me to, then it probably was less than a month. And boom, I was pregnant. I remember his daddy came home from work. I just set the pregnancy test next to the TV. That was so lame. I don't know. I'm not even that person now. Now I'm more dramatic and want to make a scene. I'm just finally it happened. Remember what we was trying to do here? But I think what made me know I was pregnant was because I was drinking a lot of orange juice. I didn't like or care for orange juice, but randomly I wanted it with my dinner, which is weird. That's what made me take this pregnancy test. Any cravings I had while pregnant, besides the orange juice, I think that's it. I remember I wanted a Subway sandwich really bad. I sent his daddy to the store to get the Subway sandwich. We've been together 2 years. You got me pregnant. You should know me. I don't like tomatoes on my stuff. It make my bread soggy. It's just a nasty feeling in my mouth. I don't like it. He came back to his pregnant girlfriend with a sub with tomatoes on it. I cried because I was hungry and now my meal is ruined. My taste bud is ruined. And I cried because my man, who I let pregnant me, don't know me. Because why would he bring me back this sandwich? So after that, my pregnancy went kind of fast. I really don't remember too much after crying over the sandwich, aside from thinking about names. Me personally, this was my first boy. This was his dad's first boy. So I automatically, it's a junior. Like, why not? To me, most men want their first kid to be a junior. But his daddy did not. I was open to entertaining names until he said Damani. And no offense to Damanis out here, but the way that he explained it to me, like Damani, the money, like he was just gonna be a paid, like what if he was poor? What if we raised a broke kid and you named them the money, whatever? No. So I kind of ended that conversation quick. He a junior. You could talk to yourself about names, whatever. I know this your kid, so whatever. So after that, my due date was April 13th. By April 9th, I was over it. I'm like, this boy really about to sit in here for 40 weeks. I don't feel like it. So, like black people do, we got the home remedies to induce our labor. I knew about like hot, spicy foods. I knew about like making your blood sugar high. Walking, of course. So when I went to my last doctor's appointment, my membrane was already stripped. That might be too graphic, or y'all don't even know what that is, whatever. And I just wasn't progressing. I'm still at 1 centimeter. So I'm walking corner to corner for like 2 hours. And I start feeling contractions. So I'm like, ooh, I'm about to go in labor. I'm going to go to the hospital. They're going to keep me. So let me eat. Cook the big old meal. And I don't even know why I fried chicken. I don't even like fried chicken for real. But I fried some chicken, made rice-a-roni, corn. Ate a lot of it because this is my second kid. So from previous experience, I'm going to be in the hospital at least 2 days with some nasty food. Let me eat something I like. Don't do that. Ever. So I get to the hospital. They like, oh, you 3-4 centimeters. We can't keep you, unless you're like 4 or 5 centimeters. So they like, you can either go home and come back when you think you're ready or walk around the hospital for a while. Of course, I'm walking around the hospital for a while, a couple more hours. Anyway, get induced. They checking me. They like, baby is good, healthy, heartbeat. He's about 8 pounds. I'm like, oh my God, he bigger than my last baby. I'm a little nervous because he 8 pounds, but we here now. Let's get it over with, get it out. Go into labor. Because I ate that big meal, my first push was not a human. I'm gonna say that. Do what y'all want with that information. So then every push after that, of course, pushing him out. Head popped out. They noticed that the cord was wrapped around his neck 3 times, the umbilical cord. So while his head is popped out, I'm sitting there, legs spread. I feel them yank his head down to unwrap the cord once, lift it up to unwrap it. Like I feel him going up and down to get him out. Then they tell me to push. Of course, I got stitched up because not only did they have to do all that to get the cord from wrapped around his neck, and his cry was real faint. He had like something with his trachea that they told me like to watch out for. But put him on the scale. He 10 pounds. 10 pounds, 1 ounce. Y'all just told me an hour ago the baby was 8 pounds. I kind of feel like I could do something. Like I should be able to sue y'all for some type of mental, because I was preparing for something else. But whatever. He here. He healthy. I love him. So once I got him home, his cries were still kind of faint as far as like because of the whole thing with the trachea and him not having sound. So it was suggested to me by his pediatrician to let him cry, like to strengthen his vocal cords or whatever. So I did do that, but like not in a neglectful type of way. Like I'll hear him cry and just sit there for a minute or look at him to make sure his trachea is getting stronger, which it was, and it did after a couple months. After that, he was just getting stronger himself. I don't want to say bad. He was just being a boy, and he my first boy. Not only is he my first boy, but he's like the first small boy child that I've had to deal with. There's not plenty of boys in my family. I barely even deal with my family, let alone whatever kids they got going on. So every experience, every day with him was different because he was just so active. That's the word. He was so active, and he didn't have any tolerance for pain, I would say. And my grandma kind of put that in my head too, because he would do stuff like skid his forehead on the concrete, want to go back out and play the same day, jump off the top of the bunk bed, basically crack his skull, crying for an hour and want to go back outside. Like, the only 5-year-old I know playing flag football got a concussion. Like, he was a boy, and I'm so glad he my only one, but I love him. That's my little twin. Hey, son.
What's up?
How are you?
Great.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
What you looking at? So, how old are you today?
6, 7. No, I'm 13.
Do you feel older?
No.
Do you feel any different?
No.
Just another day?
Yeah, but it's better because it's my birthday.
What makes it better?
I mean, it's my birthday.
Right.
And then it's a lot of stuff happening on my birthday.
A lot of good stuff? What happened today specifically?
Well, it's my birthday. And report cards came out. And I got good grades.
What you on your report card?
3.8.
I know that's right, son. I know that's right. And what else? What you do after school today?
I went to track tryouts.
Track? I know that's right.
Yeah.
Trying to be an athlete. You was feeling yourself in your little Nike suit.
Yeah.
I know that's right. All right. Anywho, so I got a couple questions for you. You ready? Number 1. This question is for me and Blair. Why you be cussing?
I don't cuss just because. I cuss like when I'm mad, but like the N word is not cussing.
Look this way. Lay it over there. The N word not cussing? Oh, who taught you that? Who told you that?
Mama T.
Your grandma. Okay. Why? Because she call y'all little nicklets?
Sometimes. But, like, if she don't let us call each other that, but if we just say it, she's not going to get mad. Unless we say the hard R. Like
of course, because why are you saying the hard R?
Yeah. We don't
say ER.
that. We don't say that.
Okay, cool. All right. So now you're 13. What are you looking forward to in your teenage years?
Sports gonna be better, and there's gonna be like different people in sports. And
you feel like you'll be like with a more mature team. Yeah. What about coaches? You think you'll have a better coach? Like, I ain't gonna say better because I don't want to say the other coaches were bad, but you feel like it's just gonna be a more strategic and dedicated team.
Yeah, I feel like since everybody getting older, everybody should get more mature. I'm not saying everybody like everybody in the world,
Yeah,
but you gotta get mature sometime.
I agree.
But like as a group though, you like really need to get mature.
Yeah, teamwork.
Yeah, because if it's too many immature people, wait, what was it?
Yeah, you're on the right track.
Immature.
If it's too many
immature people in the group, and then it's mature people. Immature people gonna take over because you can't mature immaturity.
I get you.
Word?
Yeah, immaturity is a word, but I get what you're saying. Like they got to grow at their own pace. They can't, and then the clowns gonna outshadow the stars and make y'all frustrated by, because y'all get penalized and all that stuff. Okay, I get you. So, what if you could name a goal that you have for yourself aside from sports between now and 18? So between your 8th grade year and your 12th grade year of high school, what do you hope to accomplish inside or out of school?
Inside of school, I would want to get into one of the big schools like Renaissance, Cass Tech, and King. That's my education, but like outside of school, I don't really know. But yeah, I don't really know.
That's fine. You got time. But as long as you have an educational goal, that's more important. Lastly, if you had to describe yourself in 3 words, what 3 words would you use?
Funny, talkative.
Okay. Funny, talkative.
And smart, yeah.
Okay. Sound like your mama. I know that's right. All right. Well, that's all the question.
Not as funny as me.
I'm not as funny as you. Who do you think you get your humor from? You think you get it from your daddy?
No.
Okay.
Definitely not.
As long as that's facts. But do you have a couple questions for me?
Yeah.
All right, come on. All right.
What what advice would you give like new moms, like since you got more experience with children? What would you give like advice to?
That is a really good question. You got my heart beating because the way that you just like slowed up and started thinking about your words before you start speaking made me feel like it was a serious question. But my advice for new moms would be to be patient with your kid and to remember that they never been here before. Like y'all never been on this earth before, just like we haven't. So every day is a new day for you and for me. So my advice would be patient with your kid.
Every day is never the same.
That's right.
Who was my other question? Oh, I have it.
Yeah, take your time. We'll cut or whatever.
Oh, what things was the hardest to do when you were pregnant?
If specifically, I'm going to say when I was pregnant with you, just because I remember. The hardest thing was driving. I was so big that I couldn't go back far enough and still reach the pedal. So my driving was uncomfortable. And this was when your daddy was just now starting like his skilled trade. So we was having one car, but he had to go far for good work. Sometimes you had to go far. So I used to we was sharing a car. So in order to get me back and forth on doctor's appointments, get your sister back and forth to school or daycare, I take him to work. But the drive was so long back and forth, it was just real hard and tiring for me. And I used to cry sometimes on the way home, by myself, because I'm so tired, but I have to do this. So that was one of the hard things for me when I was pregnant.
So, did you go to college? Did you go to college? You was in college?
I went to community college.
So, were you in college? Were you still pregnant with me?
No. So, by the time I was pregnant with you, I was not in college anymore. I only did about a semester between you and Jayla. So, I kind of had to pick because I didn't have proper support to watch your sister. So, I kind of just started living life, basically. Like, as far as needing to get a job and take care of what I had now. I had a new relationship, which is with your daddy. So my focus was more on building my family than my education because I knew that I could always go back, like how I am right now.
What is a GED? Like, what does that mean?
Okay. I had to think before I be offensive to somebody who got their GED. But a GED is, I don't remember the exact acronyms, but it's like a general education diploma. So it means that you didn't complete your 4 years of high school, but you did go back to some form of training to get your general knowledge or pass a test to say that you do have the basic skills to function or do basic necessities that certain jobs or programs require. But no offense to people who have their GED, but you are one of my kids and you won't have that. Okay?
So, if I were to drop out in 10th grade, would I be able to go back to high school as a teenager, or would I have to get my GED as an adult?
When are you trying to go back to school if you drop out in 10th grade? Because if you drop out in 10th grade, you're 15. When are you trying to go back? Are you trying to go back before you 18 or after you 18?
Before.
So if you go back before, you possibly can. But again, I have not dropped out. None of my kids will drop out, including you. And I do not know any dropouts. So I don't know exactly how that will work if you were to try to get back in school. But let me see. Without promoting violence, if you drop out of school in 10th grade, I don't know if there will be any choices for you to go back to school because I don't know where you would be. So, yeah.
Last question. Okay. So like, what was your reaction like when you figured out that my birthday and Jayla's birthday was a week away?
Okay, so your initial due date was 10 days from your sister. So your initial due date was the 13th of April. I don't think I really calculated or cared too much about the time difference or gap between y'all because I wasn't thinking like financially or any type of burden. I'm just thinking, I want this kid. He's coming. This is the day. Let me do what I can while I'm pregnant to make sure he's healthy and he get here. As far as y'all being close, that didn't start affecting me till y'all start talking and requiring stuff. Like, so y'all start saying what y'all want for your birthday, and y'all want separate birthdays and stuff like that. Then that started affecting me because then I got to spend thousands this week and thousands that week. So lucky y'all tax time babies.
Come on, bro. Okay. So it was only bad financially.
It wasn't bad financially at all. Like I said, not literally, and it's still not bad financially. I just have to plan more strategically or work more hours or work another job or whatever. Like I said, it's still never a problem. Like, I'll maybe make jokes about it, how I got 3 kids' birthday within 45 days. I might need to make a GoFundMe one day, but yeah, I didn't ever think about it as far as like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? Or I should never got pregnant around the same time. Like, who cares? I wanted another kid, so I wanted you. I planned for you, so the time frame I didn't care about as long as you was here.
Okay, I got one last question.
Mm-hmm.
How many kids did you plan to have before you started having kids?
5.
5 kids.
Mm-hmm.
And then once you got to 3-4 kids, you was like, no, I can't do that.
So, without exposing or putting the blame on anyone, I'm gonna say I still did want, like, having kids didn't make me want to not have more kids. Like, stop at the 4. I stopped at the 4 because life. So, like, the stuff that happened with me and your daddy. I just need to focus on my life instead of adding more kids or possibly adding more adding any unwanted kids. So I just decided, let me stop at 4 and get my life together.
That's all my questions.
All right, that was good. That was a good interview. I appreciate your time. Why are you rubbing me?
You rubbing me?
Can I have a hug?
Sure.
Do you love me?
Yes.
You think I'm a bomb mom?
Yes.
I'm the best mom you could ever have?
Yep. Yes.
Let me have a hug. Let's play slide.
All right.
Up to 10. We was at 7. I almost had it. My hands hurt now. All right, good interview. Thank you. I appreciate you.